Capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Now Wentz again. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 48 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Eagles trotting back out there. You had their game last week against Carolina. What a disappointing loss for Philly to drop them to 3-4. What happened? They were up 17 points.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? And the problem for them, besides blowing the lead, which we'll get to in a second, they didn't score enough when they had the opportunity. They got 17 points, but they had an opportunity really for like 27, which would have really put them out there. But instead, they left Carolina an opening, and they took it. The Eagles are now only the 4th team in the Super Bowl era to lose a game. They led 17-0 or better in the 4th quarter at home. And what a tough one for them. Now, Carson.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Wentz now on first down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He was looking for Matthews that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. And 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just comes through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. 3rd down here.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. It's brought in by Doxson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first. Smith on 1st down. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10, Smith again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Smith. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
15,
To the air again, Smith. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. so that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, Charles, pretty big piece of news around the NFL on Monday the 22nd. Dallas Cowboys, all the talk about them needing a big-time target out wide. They went and got Amari Cooper.
The speculation was there. The discussion was there. But then late Monday, as you noted, it became real. The Cowboys decided they needed a WR1 and went to Oakland and got Amari Cooper and gave up their #1 draft pick for 2019 in return.
What do you think of the fit there?
I think the fit is excellent. Dallas screaming for a wide receiver who can attract attention, stretch the field, and make big plays over the top. He can do all of that. He should help his quarterback, Dak Prescott, become an even better player.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Get over there. Go. Hey, over here.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey. 4 down, 15.
After the interception, here's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Liz. Check. 53 flight.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Smith to throw on third down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Double.
Throwing again is Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Here's Smith. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. They go play action here on first down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to the air on second down. Wentz, a dump off to Sproles. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
46 down, where's my 4?
Play action to Sproles. Wentz airs this out for Matthews. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Crowder. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to fire one deep over. And got his man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number three. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Redskins. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Smith. Incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Smith on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. he's sacked back at the 24. Mike Bennett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Smith. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jamison Crowder, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, it's like you can take the spirit away from another team.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throw right side taken in by Wallace. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Sunday. 14, 82, 14. Check. Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3. Lion. Stop.
Wentz now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Sunday. Bring it to you. Black.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. And that Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he gets it down to the 32. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, 29 yards. And the Redskins have made this a 1-score game. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Wentz to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He can run for it, and he will. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Mason Foster in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Back to throw. Wentz going up top. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Bring out the Brinks truck.